Hello. Should I turn that? I should turn that light off. Yes. Hello, Internet. It's me again, looking drastically different and less clean. Also, I couldn't be bothered to put in my contacts today. As you can tell from the title, this is a very sad day. Because I'm saying goodbye to a lifelong friend. And her name is Taco Bell. Oh, that smell. So I'm going to be starting my keto diet tomorrow with a fast. And during that fast, I'll also be cooking my meals for the week. So, actually. Okay, so the idea of today's video is to say goodbye to Taco Bell, another fast food that I love, and also to go through keto, what it is, what it isn't, what it means, what it doesn't mean, who has it, who wants it, for anyone who's completely in the dark like I was before I started reading this book. I'm going to be eating this Mukbang style. As well as going through some things that I have written down in a numbered list. Not numbered, just all over the place. Where the fuck? Wow, this notebook was a lot more used than I thought it was. Aha! Okay. Finally reached the keto shit. Alright, before this shit gets too cold, let's dig her on out. We got napkins. And we got the ever-delicious chalupa, which I take the 3-cheese blend off and add nacho cheese, because back in 2015, when they took nacho cheese chalupa off the menu, I was upset. So I just forced them to make it for me, and I pay an extra 60 cents. One of the main things that I love the most about not being on the keto diet is the fact that I can eat potatoes. Like bread, who needs it? Quesadillas, I can do without, but if I can't go to my grandma's house and have breaded, fried, spiced to the gods potatoes, I don't know if I can live in that world, but we're going to find out because I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to try. So we're going to eat potatoes with the cheesy potato snack burrito thing that I never get. And then last but not least, the mother of them all, the Crunchwrap Supreme. And I don't have a dog to come steal it and hide it somewhere in the house. I just found that blog by Julie and Jenna, and it's so cute. Peach took it, and they never found it because it's in her belly. Anyway, I'm just gonna rant about keto while eating things that are quite obviously not keto. So, what is keto? Keto is a diet where you take out bread, you take out grains, like oats, rice, quinoa even. I don't think it's keto. Anything with carbohydrates. And that's a lot. And you also take out as much sugar as you can. So, basically, our bodies right now, anybody who's not on keto, our bodies run on glucose. That's the molecule that's breaking down. And that's what we're burning for energy. Now, what ketosis is, which is the state of, like, being on a keto diet puts you in the state of ketosis. And what that does is, instead of burning glucose, which you don't have any of because you're not eating sugar and you're not eating carbohydrates that get digested by enzymes into sugar, you're running on ketones, which, according to this book, which I'm not going to show you the book cover because A, I don't want to give any free press to nobody, and B, I don't want you thinking I'm some sort of fucking sponsored bitch, because I ain't. What was I saying? Your body's running on ketones instead of glucose. And there's a way to measure whether or not you're making ketones by peeing on these strips that he recommends, or buying this like $400 machine that I guess you bleed on or you piss in. I don't know. I ain't get any of that shit. I don't need to know. If I follow these recipes to a T and I don't eat anything else, I'll be in ketosis. So I'll need to be peeing on nothing, okay? I'm not going to do it. He tried to convince me. He made a very good case. It was like 2 pages long of here's why you should measure your ketones in the first 3 weeks. I'm like, no, Buster, I don't want to fucking do that. It's an extra $40 to $400. No. Fuck you. I don't know why I'm getting so angry about like peeing on a strip. Let's think about this logically. From a consumer standpoint, and from somebody who's been living in this country for some of us our entire lives. America, by the way. Sorry. From day one growing up, we were given that food pyramid thing, right? I have no idea if iMovie can like put pictures on video, but if I figure out how to do it, I'll put a food pyramid here, maybe. I don't know.
It's here, bitch. I couldn't figure out how to get it on the screen.
But everybody knows what one is. You got grains at the bottom, and then it goes to fucking meat, dairy, whatever, sugar. And fats. I think fats in with the sugar at the tip. I don't know. I haven't done any research on that. I just know that this diet goes against every single thing I have learned since elementary school. So, and that kind of links in a lot with why it gets so much bad press. Because we'll get there. Oh, people are shitting on it with absolutely no scientific evidence. But a reason that might be is because America as a country and the people in charge of telling us what a good diet is done fucked up. Decades ago they done fucked up. So if this is actually better for us as humans, not only does the entire diet industry come crashing down because everyone runs on low-fat, moderate carb diets. Now, they don't tell you to eat fried donuts every single day, but like every diet has carbs. You're allowed to have wraps and bread, some bread, on almost any diet except for keto. So if it is proven to be a bunch of horse shit, and everybody switches to keto, I mean, a lot of people wouldn't, but people who want to be healthy switch to keto, that's a huge proportion of the diet industry that's just like obsolete now. You hear about companies paying media outlets to go against like the whole fucking soy increases the estrogen in your bloodstream, it can make men grow titty. No, fuck you. That's the dairy industry going up to, I don't know, Times newspaper being like, we'll pay you this much to do a hit piece on soy because soy is taking our fucking business because nobody wants milk with pus and blood in it. You know, the FDA allows a certain percentage of pus. We've all seen that video. It was, yeah, that video blew up in like 2016. Everybody saw it. I'm not trashing people who still drink cow's milk. Like, you do you. But I watched that. switched right to soy. So it's not unheard of for companies to get media sources to do biased pieces to keep the status quo in line. Half of these fucking bad things that people are screaming about on the internet and on these blogs and on these news websites, some of them might affect you, but 95% of them are like keto flu symptoms for when your body is transitioning into ketosis. Anyway, keto. You don't eat bread. You don't eat flour. You don't eat rice. You don't eat other grains. Most fruits, not so much. Potatoes are no-no. Or anything else high in carbs. I was going to start this process like a month ago. I've had this book for a month. But the only thing holding me back, fucking potatoes. Let's talk about the bad. I did some research last night. I compiled a list of things. News articles and like pseudoscience websites are writing about keto. The biggest thing that people complain about, and the biggest thing that keeps people from maintaining a keto diet, is the keto flu. Now, you can vomit on the keto flu. Your stomach will be really upset on the keto flu. You'll be fatigued, lethargic. You won't want to get up. You won't feel like you can perform athletically. All the things that are the exact opposite of what you want to feel while on keto. So the main thing you need to know about the keto flu is it's perfectly avoidable. Now, I don't know if all the steps are necessary, but there are steps you can take to not have the keto flu. One of them being put sea salt, not processed salt, not salt mixed with sugar, those whole granules of sea salt that you have to like mash up in the grinder. And you grind it over your food. Get that, put it in drinks, put it on your food. Take a fucking shot of it if you're feeling really shitty. Eat salt. You need it. Your body needs it. Because you're going to be flushing a lot of stuff out because your body is changing and everything that you drink is just getting like, psh, like it's gone. So you're losing a lot of electrolytes. You're losing a lot of potassium and you're losing a lot of magnesium. And you're losing a lot of salt, sodium. That's what makes you feel like shit. So, you can get magnesium pills, you can get potassium pills. I didn't because it's an extra $20 that I don't need to fucking spend. I already spent $150 on all of the starter things for keto. That's what they don't tell you. You gotta pay for the MCT oil, and you gotta pay for the avocado oil, and you gotta pay for the fucking stevia. My next grocery list will not be that expensive because I bought a lot of things that will last me months. But you gotta invest. Here are our lists, and it's very simple and it's very easy. So, the three things: sodium, potassium, magnesium. Sodium, super easy. Sea salt, Himalayan pink salt, whole salt granules that you have to crush. Replaces your sodium. Wow. Potassium and magnesium are both found in a lot of raw vegetables and cooked vegetables. This is for potassium. You got spinach, broccoli, mushrooms, cucumbers, zucchini, and avocados. Just to prepare you, if you're thinking about being on a keto diet, you will love avocados. Even if you hate them right now, you'll have to learn to love them. Because otherwise, you're not getting half the healthy fats you should be. So, if you don't like avocado, keto's probably not for you. That's why my roommate's not doing it. Crunchwrap down. Apparently I needed water. Wow. And for magnesium, almonds, cashews, Brazil nuts, flaxseed. Flaxseed's another one that I have never incorporated into my diet, and apparently it's very useful for keto, so I'm going to get very comfortable with it very soon. Artichokes, salmon, Swiss chard. Apparently it's a plant. And you guessed it, avocados. Thanks. Between all those foods, a lot of which are in my meal prep for this week, because this dude in this book wants me to cook a different meal for every day, and I don't think he knows just how lazy I am. No, I'm not gonna cook every single day. At my healthiest, I cooked on Sunday, and it lasted me until that next Saturday. I don't care. The food's old. Fuck it, I'm still eating it. Oh, did the sauce make everything soggy? Sure, what the fuck, it's in my face. I don't care. I like meal prepping. I enjoy it. I like the fact that I get everything done within like an hour or two, and then I don't have to worry about cooking again throughout the week. I like the fact that I don't have to rush before work to make something or to scrounge something up. Because I work really, really dumb hours. I work until 2 a.m. I mean, not every day, but, you know, one of those stupid fucking 3-day, 12-hour shifts. That was an exaggeration, it's 10. So back to the bad. Keto flu. I just explained it. Just keep your fucking minerals up. Diarrhea. Now, I know this website's full of shit because I know 3 different people who are currently on the keto diet. Well, 2 that are currently on, 1 that was and is now not. And the one that is now not had one complaint. He was like, the food I was able to eat, fantastic. Didn't feel like a diet. Loved every second of eating. But I was constipated all the time. I didn't shit for 3 days. It was weird, so I stopped. If it's making people constipated, because that was another thing that the same website complained about, how is it also causing diarrhea? Unless you have some sort of like meat intolerance or intolerance to something that you're eating, it's not going to cause diarrhea. It's going to cause constipation. You're going to have to figure out how to shit, not how to stop shitting. Reduced athletic performance. When I read that, I was appalled, because the whole reason I'm doing this is to see if it improves my athletic performance, because there's more protein. Again, here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that the person in charge of this article did keto for like 3 days, got the keto flu, didn't know how to fix it, tried to work out, couldn't work out like he used to, or she, and wrote a fucking hit piece on it because they didn't give it enough time. I feel like reduced athletic performance is one of those things that will fade with the fatigue or the keto flu the more you eat keto. Ketoacidosis. It affects diabetics? I know nothing about it. I'm not diabetic. But if you're diabetic, maybe ask your doctor about ketoacidosis, because it doesn't sound fun. It doesn't sound pleasant. It sounds fatal. Weight regain when diet ends. Do I need to explain the cure for that? Make it a lifestyle. I mean, am I gonna never eat a Reese's peanut butter cup again? No. But could I get into ketosis and then get more quickly back into ketosis if I eat something shitty? Yes. That's the plan. You can't just do it for 30 days and be like, oh wow, I lost 10 pounds in 30 days. This is great. Hello, KFC. No, that's not how it works. You gotta keep on it. If it's working, don't fucking stop it. I forgot I had more food. I'm gonna eat the chalupa now. Oh, it's got nacho cheese on it. I don't know why I'm eating the lettuce by itself. Please stop sticking. Thank you. Oh, it's getting cold because I've been sitting here blabbering too much. Less muscle mass and decreased metabolism. Risk of heart disease, kidney and heart damage. All three of these are a result of somebody saying that they're going to be keto and then eating nothing but bacon grease and jerky and, I don't know, pork, just slabs of pork, like not incorporating vegetables and healthy things and not eating lean, healthy meats and just eating shit. You can be on keto and just drink lard. You could be the person on keto that only drinks lard. Congratulations. You're going to get diabetes. Your heart's going to fail and you're going to die. So these three would be solved simply by eating some spinach. And also electrolytes. How many times do I have to tell you to dump salt on stuff? It can promote a yo-yo diet pattern. Any diet can promote a yo-yo pattern because people, including me, have the self-control and mental will of an insect. And we want to eat Oreos. Is that so much to ask that I can just have an Oreo? Apparently it is. The yo-yo diet pattern is not good for you. It's not healthy. It's probably not healthy to go into ketosis and then slip on out of ketosis and do that, like yo-yo back and forth with that. It's probably horrible for you. You know the cure for that? Look yourself in the mirror. Say, I'm gonna fucking do this. And then do it. And then inevitably screw up like I'm going to. And then start over. Anybody can do anything. And there's one thing that I've learned from Army basic training. It is that the human body and the human mind is capable of adjusting to just about anything. Literally anything. So, if 17, 18, 19, 20-year-olds can get used to being screamed at on a daily basis and working out more in 2 months than they have in the rest of their entire lives, and come out the other side whole and healthy and not traumatized, well, not overly traumatized, and still be able to look back and say, that was a pleasant experience, then I think if I could do that, I can get through this diet and come out the other side saying, do I miss things? Yeah, sometimes. Am I happy with the flavors that I am consuming? And does food taste really good to me? Yeah, it does. People can't fathom living without fast food anymore. And I am the same. But I know that it's possible to live without it and to live healthier without it. So that's what I'm trying to do. And if the results of my keto journey. If the results of me experimenting with this is favorable, and anybody on the internet watches it and says, you know, I want to try that. That seems like it's going well for her. Then that's kind of cool. It'd be cool if I could improve my life while showing other people that it's possible to do keto, even though it feels impossible and I'm going to miss potatoes. I'm going to miss potatoes so much. Back to the bad list. Because it is a restrictive diet, long-term isn't, like, the website implied that, like, long-term keto wasn't possible. It's possible. I've seen it. Two of the people who are still on ketosis, this couple that I know that told me how great it was, they've been on it for like 2 years, 3 years. They're doing it long term. They're not flaking. They're not eating Taco Bell. Bad breath. I honestly have no idea. If you get bad breath, if you don't get bad breath, like, is it a certain thing that you start eating? Is it ketones built up in your body that make your breath smell? I don't know. We'll figure it out when we get there. I'll ask my roommate every day, hey, does my breath stink? And then I'll report back what she says. But that one I have no context for. Constipation. We've already been over this. Irregular menstrual activity. So, a big thing with the websites that I saw that were doing hit pieces on keto were saying things only directed at females. Things such as, your menstrual cycle will be irregular. Which, in the first few weeks, who knows? Maybe, again, your body is going from fueling itself off of glucose, halting that train altogether, and then starting up an entirely new furnace to fuel an entirely new train called the ketones train. If your body's doing that, maybe it's going to put other stuff on hold. Maybe it's a little like, whoa man, I don't know what's happening, but we need to make a lot of energy, and we need to do it now, so we're going to focus on that. Sorry, your uterus is going to have to wait. Maybe it does do that. Again, I hate like going back to army stuff all the time, but in basic training, I didn't bleed for 2 months. It's because your body's preoccupied. Because your entire life is doing push-ups and sit-ups and fucking squats and holding your rifle above your head and holding your rifle out like this, like a fucking zombie, and building muscle. Your body's like, okay, we're building muscle. Great. You're not getting a period. I was perfectly fine with that. When it came back in AIT, I was very upset. But anyway. Decreased bone density. Really? Yeah, if you don't get enough magnesium, your bones start to be a little, But you're definitely going to be getting enough as long as you know, don't eat like shit. All of these are things that could very easily be gotten on a carbohydrate diet. Carbohydrates don't necessarily, like, I don't know. I don't. This is all stuff that just comes from eating shitty. It doesn't matter if it's keto shitty or carby shitty. It's still shitty. Sleep issues. I don't know. I don't know. I don't have an explanation for it. Maybe I won't be able to sleep. We'll find out. Some people say that it can make your health deteriorate over time. I think it's a little horseshit. I think long-term studies on keto have not been done. And people are just saying things that are super inflammatory and extreme. so that nobody will try it. And that's why I'm trying it. And if it's bad for you, hey, if I get heart disease, if I die from this, hopefully somebody will let y'all know so you don't do keto. But I don't think it's going to do that because the dude on the front of the book claims, I don't know how much I trust his weird face, but claims that he's been doing it for years, and that it's a lifestyle, and that he's happy now. So, who's telling the truth? Last but not least, and another one of those female-oriented ones, Stinky Vagina. So, the website that I found with the Stinky Vagina post basically said, wow, keto can give you bad breath, so we're going to do some mental gymnastics until that means that it can also give you a smelly vagina. Okay. I just want to give anyone out here who wants it some female knowledge. So, yeast infections. Women get them. Women hate them. Women get rid of them. You want to know something that causes and helps sustain a yeast infection and something you're not supposed to eat or drink when you have one, when you're trying to get rid of one? What? Sugar. So if you're cutting all sugar out of your diet and you're not running on glucose anymore, there's nothing to feed the yeast, which means you're not going to get as many yeast infections, probably. Again, still need to, the couple that I know that are doing keto, are both of them are female. So I feel like if one of them had had a stinky vag moment, they would have told me. In fact, so one of them, I'm not going to name them because they have no idea that I'm talking about them in this video and I don't want them to be upset. But one of them actually directed me towards this page months ago and said that 3 different non-reputable news websites wrote articles about how your vagina will smell on keto. They all referenced each other, and then it caused a domino effect. And then everybody else who wrote about it cited those first 3 articles, which were referencing themselves, sourcing themselves. If that doesn't sound like a fucking conspiracy theory, I don't know what does. I think diet pill companies, those frozen stupid Nutrisystem diet programs, all the entire health industry as it is right now does not want this to become a thing. So I want to make it a thing. In my life, at least. And if it actually makes my vagina smell, y'all will be the first to know. Let's get to the good. People piss me off. Alright, the good. It reduces your appetite. You're eating a lot more protein. You're eating a lot more fat. It's filling you up more. Apparently MCT oil mixed in with coffee and like a little bit of coconut oil makes you feel full for a long time. And not on much. So you won't be overeating, you won't be snacking all the time, you won't be craving random shit for hours before dinner. It's a fast weight loss, which I'm not necessarily looking for weight loss. I mean, I am. I want to lose the fat that I have regained in the stomach area and maybe in the underarms area. But I'm looking to tone. I'm looking for muscle. But we'll see about the fat. Greater proportions of fat loss comes off of abdominals. I didn't know this when I first started reading about keto. But if all of the fat on my stomach disappears first, I won't be mad about it because that's what I'm most insecure about. It's belly fat and love handles. This shit is very surface level. Even the good shit that these articles were talking about is so surface level and ego driven. Like, yes, you should want to lose weight. You should want to look good. You should want your clothes to fit better. And those are good reasons to start a diet. But what I don't think people understand is when you're fit, like when you're really truly fit and you're fueling your body with good things, not this, it affects like your brain, your mentality for everything. You're more positive, you feel better, you have more energy to run around with like your family and your friends, and you don't feel tired. Like, I don't know. I'm doing it because I want to feel better. Mentally, emotionally, just in every way. I want to feel better. And I also want to be fit because I'm in the military and I need to be fit. I need to be fit enough to drag somebody to cover or to hoist someone over a fence, because if I'm not, that's letting down every single person that I may or may not be deployed with. So fuck me if I'm not strong, which I'm not. And I'm trying to change that. So I have no idea how to pronounce this. Again, if I can figure out how to write things in iMovie and put them up, it'll be somewhere in here, I think. Triglyceride. It decreases it, apparently. And it's a heart disease risk factor. Apparently it's floating particles of fat in the bloodstream. So on all of those, like, heart clog commercials where they're like, this medicine will keep your heart valves from clogging, and it's got, like, those little tiny fat cells that keep building up until they make a dam, like some sad beavers in your heart trying to kill you. You know the commercial I'm talking about. But apparently it gets rid of that. I ain't eating all this lettuce, my dude. There's a lot of nacho cheese left. Oh well. It's time for potatoes. I can't wait. You know what I need? Don't make fun of me. You keep your comments to yourself, alright? I know what I look like when I do that. Potato. Oh. It's potatoes, nacho cheese on a tortilla, in a tortilla, packed into a tortilla. It's just hitting me though. I won't be able to eat this for at least the next 90 days. It lowers the bad cholesterol, LDL. I don't know what that is. You can research it if you want it. If you know, comment, educate me. Tell me what it is. And it also brings up the good cholesterol, HDL. And of course it lowers blood sugar and insulin levels because you're not ingesting sugar. And this is one of the main ones that I'm excited about, if this works. Therapeutic for several brain disorders. And this website implied that it helps with like depression and chemical imbalances and all that jazz. And that would be fantastic. That would be great. Because I'm in a pretty good place now. But about twice a year, it's like the chemicals in my body are like, wow, we're going to be depressed for a while. And then I don't get out of bed for a week. And then I force myself to get out of bed and go for a run. And then I slowly start getting out of it. But it'd be great if that just didn't happen at all. It'd be great if I could just live a balanced emotional life. Not a fucking emotional life, you know? I like riding roller coasters. I don't want my life to be one. And the websites that did the bad even prefaced it with, these symptoms usually happen at the beginning. If you can just get through the first few days of your body feeling like shit because it's not getting what it thinks it needs, there you go. The Stinky Vagina website even said in the article that it has no foundation in science. There is no scientific study that shows that keto causes your vagina to smell. So it's literally them just saying, "Oh, it might do that. That sounds so icky, right? Ew, don't even try it. Don't even take the risk." What kind of sense does that make? Do some fucking studies. Stop spouting this shit on the internet. It's completely unproven. My last thing, and then I'll go because I've been recording for almost an hour. Just to reiterate, hopefully, my body will be burning ketones instead of glucose in the near future. You can do something called recording macros, where you measure every single thing that you put in your meal prep, and then it gives you like the percentage of protein, the percentage of fat, and the percentage of carbs, because you're supposed to only get 5% carbs, which can be found, that amount is found in vegetables. So no bread, no tortillas, nothing. No potatoes. I don't want to do that. I don't want to count macros. I don't want to piss on a ketone pea strip. I ain't doing it. Again, I'm going to follow the fucking recipes. Can't be bothered. I used to be vegetarian. And it worked really well for me. I would eat tofu. I would get protein. I'd eat a lot of nuts. No, okay. Vegetarian worked very well for me. And I've been trying to incorporate meat back into my diet in preparation for keto so that my body at least knows what to do with meat. Because for the longest time it didn't. And it did cause my stomach to be upset. So if you're vegetarian and you're starting keto and you want to do meat again, introduce it slowly without diving into keto, because your body is going to have to take a few, probably weeks, to know what to do with it. And there are vegetarian and vegan ways to be keto without eating meat, but from what I've read on it, it's not sustainable. You can eat 5 things. If you want to try it, do it. And maybe you'll have success with it. But I read it and I thought, because I was only vegetarian because A, it makes my tum-tum upset to eat too much meat. Like right now, although this is just Taco Bell symptoms. I didn't stop eating meat for any ethical reason or any intolerancy reason. But your body will grow intolerant to meat the longer you don't eat meat, because obviously it's not used to digesting it. But yeah. If you want to be vegan or vegetarian on keto, you're down to kale and magnesium pills, which doesn't sound ideal to me. But you do you. Oh, a really good thing about this diet. There are some alcohols that are keto. Woo! Vodka, whiskey, and rum, I think. And you can't obviously mix them with sodas with sugar in it or get mixers that have a lot of sugar. But you could do seltzer water. I don't know what stevia would do. I've never tried. I have a bag of stevia in my cabinet. I've never tried stevia before, but apparently it's the only keto-friendly sweetener. That bitch from Breaking Bad did it, and I don't want to be like Lydia. But here I am. Nah. So the way this keto thing is working for me, the book that I'm reading, the guy doesn't want the people on his program to eat dairy or nuts for 30 days because they are keto-friendly. They're easy to overeat. They're easy to get unhealthy versions of them. Like if you get roasted nuts with all sorts of different shit on them, or if you get really crappy cheese or a 4-cheese grilled cheese, it's bad. So he's just cutting that out for the first 90 days, or I think for the first 30 days, but I might do it for 90. So that's the gist. Here's the list of everything that I bought today. Yeah, a lot of shit. Hopefully a lot of shit that will last me a long time. There it goes. My last bite of Taco Bell. A moment of silence for our fallen comrade. That's really loud, even on low, and I don't want my neighbor to kill me. Don't ask me how I have this. Was that a funny bit? Does that make y'all giggle? Probably not. And I know I'm not the funniest person. And I know my personality can be abrasive and kind of shitty sometimes. But, I don't know. I'm just a bitch trying to figure out what'll make my body feel better. What to expect in the future. I'm probably gonna make a video making my meal prep. And, like, cooking it and packing it. A lot of things will probably go wrong. And then after that, I'll start doing probably weekly uploads of like my workout routines and how I'm getting worse or better, how I feel, whether or not I'm sleeping. Is my vagina smelly? Who's to say? We'll see. But yeah, it should be a fun journey. So if you found this video and you watched all the way through to the end, thank you. And if you learned anything new about keto, or if you're thinking about getting started on keto, stick around. You don't have to subscribe if you don't want to, but yeah. I'm going to be talking about the food, I'm going to be talking about the exercise, I'm going to be doing all sorts of stuff. So, well, I've been recording for an hour, so I'm going to get off here and, dear Lord, see how long it takes me to edit this. This is my second video with actual editing in it. Are you proud of me, Dad?